Good morning. I'm Doug Flegg, I'm a Senior Vice President with Greenheart Gold. I'd like to walk through the company today, and I think it's important to step back a little bit and talk about our strategy. As was mentioned, Greenheart Gold is run by the management team of Reunion Gold, where we made the Oko West discovery. We feel strategically that we're explorers, not mine builders. So that when we announced our 6 million ounce resource at Oko West, and GMIN showed their interest, we thought that was a good thing to do. We've created a lot of value. Let's give that value to someone who can create even more value. We'll keep shares in that. Let's spin out an exploration company. They can help fund us, and we'll go off and do what we like to do and what we think we're good at. And in going through that process, I had to think, well, what do we want to do here? How do we want to structure this company? What we didn't want to be was what we had been before, was an exploration company with 1 or 2 projects, and you kind of live and die by a drill result. And if your drill result doesn't work, you've got no money, now you're kind of hat in hand going around the market trying to raise money, and it doesn't work, or it's very difficult. So what we decided to come up with was a strategy of a portfolio or a pipeline of exploration projects, concentrating on Guyana and Suriname, 2 jurisdictions that are highly prospective, yet very underexplored. 2 jurisdictions where we know the geology well. We've worked there for quite a number of years collectively as a management team. And we feel that we have good opportunities to acquire good exploration ground. And the view was, like, we could cycle through these projects because you don't need to get permits to explore in either jurisdiction. You can get work done there very quickly if you know the terrain and what you're doing. And we felt that after a year, we could take an early stage project from effectively no exploration to a decision: are we going to move ahead and drill this, or are we going to drop it and then bring in a new opportunity? So try and give ourselves the best possible chance of success by constantly renewing the opportunity set. And then over time, of course, it also forces capital discipline, because the best projects get the bulk of the capital, and the newer projects that you're just bringing in, which are earlier stage, aren't as expensive to move forward until they get to that point where you want to make those decisions to drill. So that was the strategy. We started off life with 5 projects, 2 in Guyana and 3 in Suriname. We just announced that we dropped our first 2 projects. So we're about 14 months into the strategy. So that keeps with that year timeline. So within a year, we've dropped our first 2 projects in Guyana. One we did a small drill program on and then dropped it. The other one we dropped without even drilling it. And we brought in a new project called Gold Hill, which we think is a really good opportunity. In the meantime, over in Suriname, we have 3 projects: Majoradam, Tosso Creek, and EGAB. Majoradam, we've finished 2 small drill programs on, and it's looking quite promising. EGAB, we've developed 1 drill target, and we're right now trying to work up another 2 drill targets there at least. But we should be drilling that one in Q1, so that'll be our second project that we'll be drilling. And this project we acquired last December, so that's a year in, basically. And the third project, Tosso Creek, we acquired in March. And it's earlier stage, but so far we've developed probably our biggest magnitude soil anomaly we've ever had in Guyana or Suriname, both in terms of size and grade. So we're quite excited about that. Majoradam is the project, our most advanced project. So we've completed 2 small drill programs. This one is one of the rarities in that it's actually located off of a highway, which is a rarity operating in the jungle of Suriname. But also, more importantly, it's only 8 kilometers from Saramacca. So Saramacca is a satellite mine operation to the Rosabelle mine, both of which are owned by Zijin. So there's already a haul road from Saramacca to Rosabelle, and we'd be effectively 8 to 10 kilometers from that haul road. And the reason that's important is because it lowers your threshold of an economically important discovery. If you're in the middle of the jungle with no infrastructure or mines or roads around, you're probably going to need to find arguably 4+ million ounces of decent grade. If you're 8 kilometers from a haul road to a mill that's producing 35,000 tons a day, putting 0.8 through the mill, then there's an opportunity that even 1 million ounces potentially could have some economic importance. So the first thing we do when we get these projects, it's all pretty formulaic. We do soils, because we still feel that both Guyana and Suriname are underexplored enough that you can still find outcropping soil deposits. And all the deposits that have been found, Omai, Aurora, Oka West, Marion, et cetera, Rosabelle, have all been found on surface with soils. So when we always do soils first, you can see that area to the left there called Hoville with the nice pink colors, which are the gold and soil anomalies. We found those. We saw it trending to the north there and decided to go out and acquire that Majordam North project, which also kind of gave us that package of land between ourselves and Saramacca. We completed soils on that and found some more interesting anomalous areas to follow up. And at Hoville, we wanted to test, then the next stage is to test those soil anomalies and see what's under, see if you can explain the soil anomalies with gold mineralized system in the rock below it. In that particular instance, usually we'll trench. In this particular instance, the duracrust happened to be very thick. We couldn't trench through it, so we just brought in an RC program and did an initial RC program across basically 5 fences of 4 holes across those highest grade areas. And out of that program, we managed to hit 3 quite good intercepts, 40 meters of 1.5 grams, 13 meters of 4 grams, and 30 meters of 2 grams. So we thought that's a good start. Now we know that we can start to explain the soil anomalies that are there. But it was an RC program, and you don't really have a lot of structural or lithological information. It's really hard to know what's going on. So that happened to unfortunately be right at the start of the rainy season. So we had to wait till the dry season to get the diamond rig in. We completed that program in the fall and just announced results the other day. So we basically confirmed each one of those 3 areas. And in the meantime, when we were doing a drill road to do the program, we also hit a trench in saprolite of 18 meters of 6 grams. So each one of those RC holes plus the drill program, we did confirm, plus a trench, we did confirm with our diamond drill program at least 1 hole, but we also missed on a couple of holes that we drilled as twins. So what it told us was that we confirmed that there is a gold mineralized system there. We confirmed it over 800 meters, as well as that other satellite area to the east. But we also confirmed that it's structurally more complex than we had originally thought. That said, with the benefit of the information we got from the core, we were able to go in and start to unravel the picture, look at the structure, and we think what we're dealing with is a series of low angle folding, very similar to what it turns out that Miata and Founders have. So we've come up with now another drill program to test that. The rig will be turning in another week or so. We think we can get 1,200 to 1,500 meters in before Christmas. And then we'll take, there's usually a 2-3 week Christmas break, and then we'll get results back and then get back in drilling that based on the results early in Q1. So that's Majoradam. EGAB also in Suriname. This one also happens to be near infrastructure. It's 30 kilometers from Marion Mine. Initially, we looked at that lemon tree target to the south. It's an area where the artisanal miners had been pulling out these high-grade quartz veins. You can see up there in the upper left one of the samples of those smoky gray quartz veins. That disturbed area, the quartz vein is off to the left. That's kind of some of the waste coming out of the mining operation there. The lemon tree in the background was, while we were working up the area, we discovered a sheared altered outcrop there that in a channel sample ran 31 meters of 1.4 grams. So that's a drill target, a target we want to drill, but also there's 3 interesting areas of soil anomalies in the north part of the project, which we're just working up now. We have 2 excavators in there. And so we're delaying drilling that till the first quarter so that we hopefully we can find another couple of drill targets up in Cannibal, Kola, or Mokro, bring the drill in and drill all those targets off in Q1 next year. So that will be the second project that we'll be drilling. And finally, Tasso Creek, our newest project there in Suriname. We acquired it in March, so we're not even a year in on that one. The one interesting thing that's noteworthy here, we've uncovered a soil anomaly that's over 5 kilometers long by about a half a kilometer wide, as well as some other subsidiary smaller ones to the east. And a decent sized one along the granite contact to the south. So this is, of all of our exploration that we've done in Reunion Gold or in Greenheart, by far the largest magnitude soil anomaly we've uncovered, both in terms of its size and in terms of its grade. So we look at the grades, the average grades, and we do all the stats on our soils. And previous to this, Oko West was the highest, and now this one is higher than Oko West. So that has us quite excited, but it's earlier stage, so we've just brought the excavator in to start opening up exposure and doing trenching, etc., to try and work toward a drill target that we hope to be in a position to drill in Q2 of 25. So that would potentially be our third project that we'll be drilling. In the meantime, our project generation activities continue, and we'll look to we've got several other projects that we're in late stage discussions on in Guyana that we would look to bring in as well. Capital structure, 154 million shares outstanding, 162 fully diluted. Very good institutional support. Not surprisingly, it's largely the same shareholder base as Reunion Gold. GMIN put the 15 million in, and we did a subsequent $36 million raise last fall at 50 cents. That was largely people that you see on this list and former Reunion shareholders as well as management. So very good support for the company. GMIN as well as maintains their strategic holding at 10.5%, and we still have 35 million in the bank. So the first 14 months we've gone through about 15. So theoretically that gives us runway through to fund these programs through to the end of 2027.